The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Critshow, where we are playing the Clockwinders. Last time, our heroes made their arrival in Port Voyage, looking for the famed Captain Carver, who could take them on their journey across the Frost Sea, a name that Kade had not yet heard out loud until their arrival, at which point he realized it was his old boss. They found Carver. He gave them a job to pay up a debt that Kade owes him, to snatch something that had been snatched from him, and make a fool of the thief in the process. And they had set to work orchestrating their heist. So, let's jump back in with Maxine. You're chatting with Carver about what it takes to get an invitation to this thing. He lets you know, well, anybody of sufficient social standing could probably get themselves an invitation. Any of the matriarchs or anybody in their crews, anybody of sufficient wealth.
I take it you don't have an invitation?
He smiles. No, I'm afraid not. He's not in the business of extending invitations to his rivals.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe, I don't know, he seems like the kind of guy who would invite you just to rub it in your face when he presents the thing that he stole from you. What do you think you would do if you just showed up?
He weighs that for a second. Well, depends how far I got. If the crowd laid eyes on me, it would probably make him look bad to throw me out, unless I was making a scene or something. Or he could sell that I was. But if I don't make it past the guards and nobody sees me, I'm sure he would have no trouble trying to manhandle me off the property.
Well, what say we make a scene, but like a good one?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
What if we go together and you can pretend like you were invited, and if we're really charming and talk to the guests, maybe he would be embarrassed to try and throw you out, and you being there might draw his attention enough for Kade and Einon to finish what they're trying to do.
He laughs. I don't suppose you're anybody important, are you? Does your last name command any respect?
Well, of course. I'm a clockwinder. Well,
that's not really going to fly.
My parents are fairly well-known merchants. I don't think they've really made it out to Port Voyage a whole lot, but they frequently make trips to Arcadia.
He strokes his chin. That might be enough. If perhaps you are some new representative of a bigwig merchant family, and it seems like I am the one who has your arm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a lie, is it? Because, well, from what I understand, most falsehoods work best when they're based on the truth. So, well, no, my parents may not have that much influence. The people here don't really need to know that.
He says, hey, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not in the business of digging into what is or isn't a lie. Whatever we can get away with is fine by me.
Well, I mostly say that just because I'm not really good at lying. But if I think about the parts that I'm saying are true and how they're true, even if they're not completely true, it should work, right?
Yes, of course. You lean into what you know to be true. Are you clever?
I kind of stand a little indignantly. Yes.
Are you connected?
Yes.
Are you beautiful?
I mean, well, that's really kind of subjective.
You lean on those truths. We will be fine.
Okay.
But we need to get you some new clothes.
Oh, okay.
And he looks at his pocket watch again. Oh, and we are running out of time. Let's go. He stands and hustles over to the door and holds it open for you.
I finish my tea and I follow him.
All right, you finish crunching on your iced tea. All right, yeah, he leads you across the busy bar and out the doors. He seems to know exactly where he's going. He leads you down a couple of streets and into a fine clothing shop. What does Maxine want to wear to this event?
I think I'm relying more on the expertise of the people who run the shop. Like, I don't know what is considered formal here and what would make sense or what would get people's attention, but not in a what are you thinking kind of way, but more of just like oh wow, that's nice.
What does Megan want Maxine to wear to this event? And I can help you hone in.
She's like, same answer.
Yeah.
You're not putting this evil on me. I gave you a shopping episode.
I didn't ask for it.
I don't care. You're taking it. It's a gift and you're welcome. And tell me what clothes you get.
I don't know, just a very pretty dress.
All right. You get a very pretty dress.
Thank you.
I can picture it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. There's a montage in and out of the dressing room, like Carver and one of the employees, shaking their
No,
heads,
not
getting
that one.
progressively more drunk on champagne. And then, finally there's the moment where we only see their reactions as you step out. We just kind of see your silhouette from the back and they're like,
That's
yes,
the one.
that's the one. And he shakes up a bottle of champagne.
And then we cut away.
Then we cut away.
Now you just make it so you have to describe it again later.
Yeah, he's going to do it.
Okay, so back up on the shelf. Einon, you start making your way just to the gate.
Yep, just with confidence.
Okay, you march up to the gate, and the guard out there looks fucking miserable. He is wearing as many layers and furs as you imagine a person could and still be able to move their arms and legs. And he just sees you coming up, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm here about the display, and I just kind of gesture to my outfit.
You're late.
Yes, I know.
Why?
Because I didn't get here in time.
He snarls. Oh, you motherfucker. Come on.
I can't stay mad at you.
Give me a kiss. All right, get in there. Slaps you on the butt. No, he opens the gate and aggressively gestures for you to go in.
I make my way and get far enough away to mumble, just keep saying things that are true. Just keep saying things that are true.
Do you think that you're going to get away with not having to use deceive because everything you're saying is technically the truth?
We'll find out.
Okay. Yeah, where are you going in?
I'm just going to go in one of the side doors that I see other people dressed like me going in and out. If they're carrying things, I don't know, food trays or crates or just anything at all, I'll just shoulder in and follow suit.
Okay. I think I'm going to need a small stealth roll from you just to kind of cover how well you are blending in with the crowd and their actions.
Okay.
So overcome with stealth, but you're just trying to beat a 1. You're already dressed like them, so it should be pretty easy.
Okay. That is a 1 exactly.
Do you want to bump it or just ride the tie?
I only have 1 left, and I think I'm going to need it. I'm going to ride it.
As you are you're picking up food trays, you're trying to make your way through this group without drawing attention to yourself, but still get where you want to go. But you hear somebody go, "Hey, you!" And you turn and look, and there is the boss of the event staff, the guy who's wearing a real tie instead of a bow tie. And he points at a hearth, at a fireplace that's sort of not in the middle of this room, but there's a chimney pipe that leads up through the roof. And you can see another one of the guys at your level trying to light this fire, and there's just smoke coming back down and out it's not getting through the chimney. And the boss guy goes, "Something's blocking the flue. Get up top and see if you can fish it out."
Oh, yes. All right. And I look around for the best way to get up.
There's not a clear indication
Yeah.
of one.
All right. Yes, I'll head around the back way and get up there.
Okay.
And I make my way down a hallway.
Yeah, you tell me. How are you trying to handle this?
I will, take a few turns. I also am looking for another one of those paintings of him.
Okay.
Do I happen to notice any in these halls as I'm going?
Sure.
I wait for a moment where no one else is in the hallway with one, and I grab my boot knife and I cut it out of its frame and roll it up, fold it up tight, and put it in my jacket.
That's fine. We can include that in the prior stealth roll.
Okay. And I just want to make my way, like I kind of saw the layout, so I just want to make my way wide through this building back around to the center area with the turning wall.
Yeah, you make your way back into that open room. There are still a bunch of the staff dressed like you who are getting things set up, and that curved wall is closed.
I'm going to just do a quick glance and see if anyone's particularly looking at me, but just with confidence walk up to it and give a quick knock and try to push the side that I know curves in and step in.
Yeah, you give a knock, and I don't know if I'm describing this correctly.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because it rotates.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
So you'd have to kind of put two hands on it and try to slide it to the side to get it to rotate.
Got it.
To open. Does that make sense?
Yes.
As opposed to pushing on it?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And regardless, I think you try that. You give a knock and you try to just move this, and it doesn't budge.
I knock again a little louder.
There is a metallic ka-chunk sound, and it rotates just a smidge, enough for somebody to peek through the gap. And you see Lazaroff peeking through the gap at you. What?
Sir, someone has defiled one of your paintings.
And?
We wanted to see what you'd like us to do about it. Take it down? Hunt for someone? Are we spending any time on the painting issue?
No! Take the frame down and put it away. I don't care. We've got bigger things going on tonight.
I'm trying to glance past him as I'm talking. Are there any other paintings? It's going to leave a distinct rectangle that will look garish to the guests.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to see into this room and see what the setup is. See if the ice thing is there or something covered, or I'm trying to find this thing and see if this little room holds the secret.
Okay. And you're trying to do this without drawing his suspicion?
Yeah.
Roll to overcome with notice. You've got his undivided attention right now.
I know.
You are the only thing he's got eyes for right now. That's not true. His mind is split, even though you're the only one he's talking to. I think it's still hard. You're trying to beat a 4.
Ooh, okay. 6.
Okay. You are able to glance past him. You are able to say the right things at the right time to get him to maybe look over his shoulder or roll his eyes at you or whatever, so that you can, without notice, look past him into the chamber beyond. And through this sliver, what you can see is a big, open, circular room, at the center of which is an ice sculpture. You can see the veins of ether crisscrossing through it, but it does look like he has taken this large chunk of ice and carved it down. What is it a sculpture of?
I think it's a very stylized, kraken, tentacles and things. It's not carved out in a way that, everything's stretched out. It's very, how do I say this? Very compact, so it's carved onto the ice as opposed to flowing arms and tentacles and things like that.
Okay. So you see this kraken ice sculpture in the middle of the room on a pedestal, and looking down, you can see that it is not just the wall that rotates, it is the room. You can see that sculpture is not currently facing what would be out into the room. But as the entire room rotates and that wall slides away, when it comes to rest, it would be facing this open area that you are in.
Aha! And it truly, with this glance, this is the only way in. There's not some hatch from underneath or a back little quick exit door at the back of it or anything like that.
I think riding off of that same notice roll, you can see that there is a vent in the ceiling. And coming out of this crack, this little open bit of wall, you can feel that it's substantially colder in that room. It has to be, so that this thing doesn't melt. It does seem like there is a cold air vent up top leading out of this room somewhere, piping cold air in.
Is there anything else I can be helpful with? Do you need a hand in there?
You can be helpful doing your job.
Marvelous. Oh, about the painting, I'll take care of that.
He rolls his eyes and steps back, and the room rotates shut again.
Oh my goodness, I did crime. And I turn and make my way wide out and around and try to get the hell out of here.
Okay. By the time you are scampering back off the grounds, guests are starting to arrive. You kind of narrowly miss some of these people that are meeting the guard out front, presenting their invitations. They're just starting to trickle in now. But both of you can see from your relative vantage points that they're just like the upperest crusts of town here. Lots of just fancy rich folk.
As I'm leaving, I'm going to go back to the guard that let me in and pop out like as he's opening the gate for me. I've been sent to get some food for you and the rest of the workers at the gate. I'll have some hot food for you soon with a crew. We'll be back shortly.
You see his brain short circuit because he wants to yell at you because he's so mad, but you're saying that you're going to do a nice thing for him and he doesn't understand. And he just doesn't say anything. He just watches you go.
Outstanding. And I hustle.
You rush back over to where Kade is hidden away.
What'd you see?
It's a circular room. It's kept very cold. They did already carve a bit into it. Not, I'm going to assume, incredibly deep. It's still quite large. But it's there. There is a vent for the cold air to keep it nice and frozen within that room. I think it's big enough that if I get a net and some rope, we might be able to haul it up through that, replace what we're going to replace it with, and get the hell out.
Okay, so roof access. We got to find roof access.
Yes.
Are those guests?
Yep.
Oh, God, 2.5 hours is not a long time.
It is not. And I pull the painting out of my coat and unroll it.
What the fuck?
So that we can get someone to make this as accurately as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to go get to work on the sculpture that we want to use to embarrass him.
Okay.
And find some rope and net. I know that vent has to be somewhere fairly straight up around that area, so we should be able to find it easily enough. They're having issues with the fireplace, so hopefully it will go unnoticed, people crisscrossing up there.
Okay, I know what we need. I'm going to go get to work.
Oh, and we need some food for the guards at the gate, and they should let us in straight away, I think.
Oh, okay.
Make sure that they have sides,
Huh?
drinks, ads.
All right, Kade, where are you going?
I'm going to go make a pulley so that we can get whatever we're taking up and the other piece down.
Okay. Where are you going to work on that?
I think the dock.
Fair enough. Surely there's no shortage of pulleys.
Yeah.
And Einon, where are you going?
How do I find someone that can do ice sculptures?
Yellow Pages.
I'm going to go look for Sorsh's shop.
Okay. All right, both of you make your way back down from the shelf atop which his house sits, and back down into like the city proper. Kade heads for the docks. Einon, you head for Sorsh's shop. You find it kind of tucked away off a side street. It's not a hugely lucrative or successful business, so she doesn't get the prime real estate. But you can see the lantern glowing outside as if it is open, and she is in.
I go in.
As you open the door, you see a quick flurry of movement to your left, right inside, and a bit of pain as somebody hits you in the arm. And it's Sorsha smiling, and she goes, "You never tell me when you're coming into town."
And you knew I was coming anyway. That's marvelous, isn't it?
It would just be polite, you know?
Well, I assume that you just know.
Well, you're not wrong.
And I give her a big hug. I'm imagining her as about Einon's age, so like kind of late 30s, early 40s, with like long silver hair. She's human, but just has this sort of somewhat premature, just like perfectly silver gray hair.
Okay.
I hate to pop in and pop out, but I'm in a desperate hurry at the moment. After this evening, I will certainly come back and spend a bit of time, catch up. But I, unfortunately, am here to call in that favor that I'm owed.
She smiles and just produces a piece of notepaper from behind her back and hands it to you, and it has an address written on it.
You are ridiculous. I love you so much.
Head over there and you should be taken care of.
I give her a big hug, pick her up and spin her around and set her down. I'll see you soon.
Okay, you better.
And I'll run out.
Maxine, you and Carver get dressed up for the event, and he says, well, we should probably start heading that way. I know that they won't be revealing the ice for a while, but my understanding is that guests will start showing up early.
Yes, and I imagine that Lazaroff will want to greet his guests, so if we start mingling early, we should get his attention.
He grabs himself a big fur coat from his wardrobe and grabs one for you as well, drapes it around your shoulders.
Oh, it's so soft.
And he holds out an arm for you to take.
I take it.
And you make your way out of the ice floe and up the street on foot, heading towards the outskirts of town, where you can see this enormous estate on the edge of the ice shelf above. And he starts leading you up that way. You can see that you are falling in with a small, procession of people who are headed that direction. Some of them are on foot. Some of them are being pulled in, horse-drawn sleds and things. Overall, I think you're noticing a little bit of, side-eye from these people as you get into their vicinity.
I'm just waving at them.
Hello.
Carver is smiling, but as you, hold up a hand to wave, he kind of, reaches out and pulls it down. Play it a little bit cooler than that.
Oh, right.
These high society folks, they put a lot of importance on being proper and reserved. And
Well, I was always taught that greeting people was proper.
well, it is kind, but they are not kind.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yes, you need to let a little bit of the ice outside make its way inside.
I take a deep breath and then
Okay. Right. I see.
You follow this group of people up to the top of the ice shelf and hop in the line that is going through the gates. They are being checked one by one for invitations by a really surly guard out front. And as it reaches your turn, you two step up. This guard says, "Invitation, please."
Oh, my name should be on the list.
What's your name?
Maxine Hollis. I received a verbal invitation earlier today. I was told it wouldn't be an issue. I would just tell you at the gate.
He starts looking over the list. I've just started picturing him with a clipboard and a headset on, all of a sudden. He's flipping through the pages on his clipboard. Hollis, I don't see a Hollis on here. And you hear another voice chime in from behind you. Excuse me, did you say Hollis?
Yes, that's right.
Like Vale and Rowan Hollis?
Yes, those are my parents.
Oh, it's been ages since I've done business with them. How are they?
Oh, they're quite well. What was your name?
and then I look at the guard and say,
I'm so sorry. Are we okay to go in? We should finish this conversation inside.
He holds out a hand to shake. Shay, Wesley Shay. And he looks to the guard and says, I'm sure they've been invited. Her family are prolific traders from further sunward. The guard kind of grunts in displeasure, but steps aside and lets all of you go through. So you and Carver and Wesley make your way across the grounds and in the doors and into Lazaroff's home. Down at the docks, Kade, describe this to me. What are you working on? How is it like? How are you transporting a pulley to a roof?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, good.
So it is basically a piece that Smee can go upside down. You know, he's a ball with legs, and so he goes into his 180, opens the hatch. I sized it for this. It would be different if I had a workshop in time. I could make attachment points, but it's big enough that it fills that hole, and so the weight on both sides is balanced by the fact that it can't move inside of his storage area.
Okay. Why don't you roll to overcome with burglary to craft this thing?
Okay.
This doesn't sound especially complex. I think you're trying to beat a 3.
8.
Hell yeah.
Well, good God. You do it and you gain a boost. But I don't imagine that this takes too long, it being kind of built of common parts. So you get this squared away and start heading back. I shouldn't assume. Are you heading back up there?
Yeah, I'm going to stop and grab some warm meals on the way.
Okay. All right, yeah, you grab some warm food, start heading back up there. You see that the procession of guests is growing a bit. Not a bit, pretty substantially. It's getting fairly close to event time here. And I think as you are approaching the grounds, you actually see a very elegantly dressed Maxine with Carver on her arm, and they're chatting with some other unknown person, but they are past the guard and making their way inside.
What
are you doing?
I am waiting for Einon, I think.
Okay. Then jumping back to Einon, you get to that address that Sorsha gave you and head inside. And it is a fishmonger shop. It's very cold in here. There's lots of seafood, prepared seafood on ice in tubs and stuff all around the room. He is standing behind a counter working on scaling a fish. The smell is not entirely pleasant. What are you doing?
I think I'm just calling out. Hello? I've been sent by a friend. We need an ice sculpture very quickly.
Who's your friend?
Sorsha.
He wipes the knife on his apron and sets it down and grabs the part of the counter that like lifts up and gestures for you to follow.
Marvelous. Thank you so much.
He leads you through a curtain towards the back of the shop, and it's full of ice sculptures.
Amazing.
There are swans, there are satyrs, there are all sorts of beautiful, elegant ice sculptures back here. He starts like walking through them, kind of perusing. You can hear him kind of mumbling to himself. He says, let's see, Sorsha. Oh, this one.
Wait, it's already done?
He sighs, and you hear him from further back in the room go, is this what you were looking for? And he wheels out an ice sculpture of Lazaroff with his pants down. Is this it?
This it, you sick freak.
You sick bastard.
Yes, it is. Oh, look at that. You even had the detail of making his butt just his face again. Marvelous.
Nobody can know that I made this.
I'll tell you what. Don't even tell me your name.
Perfect.
Marvelous. Thank you. Do you have maybe a small cart and some netting?
Yeah, but it's going to cost you.
That's all right. And I'll pay the man.
Yeah, give me a resources roll. Overcome with resources, trying to beat a 1.
Okay. No! Starting out at a -3.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So, what could I possibly use here? I'm an adventuring scholar. Sometimes you need money on hand. I've got nothing. I've got
not very good.
Nothing. I got nothing.
I think in this case, on the fail, you can get it, but at great cost.
Okay.
He goes and collects a cart and some netting, and he's rolling it over to you. And like he starts to kind of push it out for you to take, and then he kind of pulls it back as he's looking at you. He looks you up and down, and he goes, I'll give you this, but you have to come back and model for me.
Oh.
You've got a very statuesque physique.
Is this going to have to be a nude modeling?
Doesn't have to be, but it can be.
Marvelous. I'll shake his hand.
Marvelous. All right, yeah, he hands off this cart and netting to you. So you pack these things up and start heading back up towards Lazaroff's estate. There is a procession of people now, of guests arriving. It's kind of congested even, like a decent crowd of folk. Are you just doing this in plain view of them?
I think we kind of have to. I think it's, I've got the cart like covered, and I come over to Kade and like take the food that he got and set it on top so that it's sort of like the cart is for the food. And I think we just come up along the side of the carriages that are like checking in, and I just give the guy a wave and point at the food, just like urging like, we got you, we're ready to disperse.
Okay. I feel like I need a deceive for this. You've done a lot of legwork to set it up, so I don't think it's going to be especially difficult. And also, I would accept this from either or both of you. Does Kade have deceive?
Boy, you'd think that a burglar would.
But nah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, give me an overcome with deceive. Try to beat a 1.
Okay. Oh my god. That is a 1. I only have 1 point left.
Let me help you.
Okay, please do.
Yeah. I have got a boost from when I was making the wench and just using that to, make it look like it is gear to help fix the fireplace.
Okay. What are you calling it?
Tools for high places.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. That'll get you guys to the success. So the guard takes some of the hot food and gestures for you to go on in. And as you make your way across the grounds, none of the other staff are paying you any particular mind. This role is going to kind of ride like you have successfully hidden what this is. None of them are going to pay you any more mind from here on. So where are you going?
I think we got to go to a place where there are not glass walls so we can make our way to the roof.
I don't think there's any particular challenge to finding a place. I mean, not all of this place is glass. Much of the glass is on the side that's on the edge of the shelf anyway, where you clearly aren't approaching from. So yeah, you find a stretch where there aren't windows, there's no glass, you cannot see inside, and they can't see you.
Perfect.
All right, Smee, up on the roof.
Smee lifts up one of his spiky little feet and kind of implants it in the wall. It is not silent. It's not super loud, and especially from out here, with the wind blowing, like it does kind of blow the sound away. But just one after another, he just starts spiking his feet in and walking up the wall towards the roof. Are you guys aboard?
I am for sure.
I think I am staying below. I'm making sure that the new ice sculpture is like wrapped up in the net with the rope, so that I can, feed everything up and down to help get it up there when Smee's in place.
Okay. Maxine, inside the house, you and the guests are gathering in this big kind of like open plan room, one of the walls of which is curved out towards you. There are a bunch of staff moving about, like serving food and drinks and stuff. A lot of these other guests are chatting with each other. There are some staff that seem like they are kind of manning that curved wall, almost like guards. And you and Carver still have Wesley kind of in tow. Like he's just been kind of chatting with you, asking about your folks, asking about business and stuff, explaining to you like where he met them, what the nature of their business was. And it sounds pretty mundane. He just sounds like somebody who happened to know them and like them. What are you doing while you're in here?
My goal is to get Wesley to introduce us to other people around here and kind of slowly start amassing an audience and talking to them a little bit about trading and what my parents do. But I want to slowly like guide the conversation into talking about being a clockwinder, because I'm hoping that like telling tales of our exploits will intrigue them.
Okay. Trying to decide what skill this is going to be, because it is conversational, but it seems like there's a little bit of subterfuge and like what you're really trying to get them to feel or what you're trying to get across to them.
I mean, I'm not trying to like convince them of anything. It's more of just I'm giving them these exciting stories of adventure that isn't something that they hear about every day. And my goal is to not pull one over on them, but gather so much of their attention that it draws Lazaroff's attention.
Kind of leaning towards provoke then. Does that make sense?
I guess it would depend. So I was thinking it would be like rapport to see how enraptured they are. But I guess it depends on Lazaroff of like what would get his attention.
Okay, let's do this. Let's create an advantage with rapport to kind of establish the attitude of the rest of the guests.
Okay.
Because that's something you could probably then utilize when it comes time to deal with Lazaroff. I'm going to say you're trying to beat a 3.
That's a 4.
Okay. So you will get this aspect with 1 free invoke. Let's call it enraptured partygoers.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm just imagining that like I'm still on Carver's arm and Wesley's there and a handful of other people are there. And I'm just like,
So there we were, going through the swamps, right? And I had no idea that ghosts were real. Did you know ghosts were real? But then one came up on us. Well, it wasn't exactly a ghost. It was more like a wraith, but like not completely a wraith.
and just like telling them all about like our adventures.
Okay. As you are, you like, deliver a good punchline that this group of people kind of laughs at. And you hear one laugh louder than the rest as Lazaroff kind of like forces his way to the front of the group. Like, oh, what a wonderful story. Nice to meet you. I'm Lazaroff. No first name needed. Who might you be?
Maxine Hollis. You have such a lovely home.
Thank you. And Carver. Wow, splendid to see you here. As he diverts his attention to Carver, and Carver shakes his hand. It's strange. I don't recall extending an invitation to either of you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, that's okay. You've had such a busy day. You can't be expected to remember every single thing that happens and every single person that you invite. You're a very important person from what I gather. I am new to town.
You see his chest kind of swell up. Well, that's true. I suppose I am a rather important and busy person. But all the same, and he locks eyes with Carver, I can't imagine any circumstance under which I would have invited you. And Carver does like clutches his pearls.
Oh, Captain Carver actually is my +1. Like I said, new to town, and I felt kind of embarrassed, if I'm being honest. I was nervous to come to such a elegant party without anybody on my arm, and I didn't really know anybody else in town, and so I figured you would be my escort. That's okay, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't expect a young lady to go out by herself into the night.
You see him kind of like look around at how the rest of the crowd around is receiving this. And Carver kind of leans over to him and goes, her family has a background in very important trade. And like just winks at Lazaroff. And you see him get kind of blustery. Up on the roof, as you guys get in position over this pipe, you can hear a little bit of the sound coming up through it. It sounds muted, which you know that this is leading to a closed chamber with a wall between it and the guests. So you're just kind of picking up like the Parents and Peanuts sounds. Just But you can make out a little bit of it as Lazaroff and Maxine. What do you guys want to do?
The order of operations is like Smee and I on the roof use the winch to bring up the ice sculpture and Einon, and then move it all over, and then basically get it set up to lower the net with the new ice sculpture and Einon down into the hole.
So Einon's fully Mission Impossible-ing in there?
I think so, because he's got to put the net on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to crane game this thing. I'm going to go down and make sure.
I feel like this is just one good burglary roll. You guys have done a lot of setup. You've got advantages to utilize if you need them. But I feel like this is just all rolled up into a solid burglary roll to get this swap done.
All right.
You got this, Einon?
Let's say you're trying to beat a 4.
6.
Yes.
Okay. You guys, as quickly as possible, lower Einon down, make this swap, get the one you need to recover out, get the one you are planting in, and all the while you can hear Lazaroff on the other side of the wall bloviating. You can hear like Maxine talking to him and occasionally Carver chiming in, and the crowd seems to kind of be with them more than it is with Lazaroff. That seems to be pissing him off. But it buys you enough time that you are able to get this done and get back up and out the cold air chute.
Both she and you are truly wonders. Well done.
Listen, you found all the details. Let's get this in the cart.
Yep.
All right, you get your prize squared away. You get back down off the roof. What are you doing at that point?
I think we are re-wrapping everything up like the way that we came in. And as we pass by, I'll knock the chunk out of the chimney. That's the problem. But just leaving the way that we came.
Okay. Just like fully departing the grounds, getting out of here?
Yep.
Getting away with it? All right.
As we're going out the gate too, I pull out the like ripped up piece of the painting and hand it off to the guard. We found this lying outside. You might get some brownie points with the boss if you let him know that you found whoever defiled his paintings.
Thank you, he says, like, reluctantly.
Good work.
All right. Maxine, I think that as you are talking, as you are keeping Lazaroff's attention, you notice 2 individuals and a robot and a large cart out the front windows, making their way off the grounds.
I see them, and I immediately like throw my hands up in the story that I'm telling.
And then fire came shooting out of the floor, and there was lava everywhere, and I thought we were going to get burnt to a crisp.
Everybody like gasps and claps a little polite golf clap for your story. And Lazaroff seems like fed up. Yes, wonderful. Why don't we get to the actual main attraction of the evening, huh? Let's not take any more of our esteemed guest's time. She's got other things to focus on. Let's get to the presentation. I want to first thank our matriarch for being in attendance this evening. Ileana, thank you. And he like brings forward this older woman with short silvery hair and a really nice velvety dress. And everybody claps politely for her, and she gives a little bow of acknowledgement to everyone. Ileana, I'm so excited to show you. I know that you're really going to appreciate this. This is something that some of my best people managed to fish out of the frost sea. They ventured far and put themselves in terrible danger. And he's clearly trying to like copy Maxine's story delivery. But it was worth it. Everyone, please feast your eyes. And he gestures, and that wall starts to rotate. And there's like, kind of murmurs of like excitement and intrigue and stuff that rapidly turn to gasps and laughter. And he's not like looking. He's like looking towards the room and gesturing behind him. And as everybody starts to laugh, he seems confused and he turns to look. And you see an ice sculpture in the middle of the room of him with his pants down and a butt where his face should be. And anything else, Tass?
No, a face where his butt should be.
A face where his butt should be?
Yeah, it's just his face again.
So there's no butt?
Yeah.
It's a butt face.
Exactly.
Oh.
I see.
Maxine starts clapping.
Oh, wow!
I lean into Lazaroff.
They just found it out there like this, huh? That's very impressive.
He starts like sputtering, trying to get words out. Carver's fucking like clapping loud and hooting and hollering like, yeah, nice art. Love it. And Lazaroff like looks to the matriarch and sputters, and he can't get an explanation out, and he just runs in there and just fucking pushes the ice sculpture over and knocks it on the ground and it shatters. And Carver leans over to you and he says, "That was the most beautiful thing I could have ever imagined."
So will you take us to the Frosty?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Your friend's debt is more than paid. Come, let's go meet back up with them and talk about the journey.
I take his arm.
And he leads you back out of the house and down towards the ice floe.
At the point making our way down the road and away, as we hear in the distance the burst of laughter, I just take out one of the hot sandwiches from the cart and slap Kade on the back. We're really good at crime, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, God, I think I got the taste for it again.
And I think that is where we will leave off this time around. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of The Crit Show. If you want more information on Fate or on the Clockwinders as a setting, you can find that in the show notes, the episode description below. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/thecritshow. We've got a bajillion hours.
Someone joined the other day and asked where to start, and
Hard question.
it was. And the answers they got were so drastically different because it all depends on your taste, what
Yeah.
kind of stuff you like.
Got something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there are 2 other full shows, start to finish, completed campaigns on there. So if nothing else, start with one of those. And join us again next time for more of our Clockwinder adventures. Everybody say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritshow.